Good afternoon, students. So today we'll see about the further part of the swing, in which we will make use of some different swing components, how to make use of these swing components into the program, and how to execute these swing programs. So first we'll see with a simple example in which I am going to display one top level container with some message in it. So for that we'll be using the two swing components for this program. First one is a JFrame and another is a JLabel. So JFrame is the top level container which is commonly used for all the swing applications. Then another is a JLabel, which is a swing component that creates a label to display some information on it. So now this is a simple example in which the very first statement is import javax.swing.star, which defines classes that implement labels, buttons, text controls and menus. So then we have defined one class called as a swing demo, in which I will be making use of these two types of swing components. One is a JFrame, another is a JLabel. And after the class swing demo, we have written a default constructor in which we have added all these components. So the first statement in this is a JFrame. JFRL is the name of the object. So now you create an object of the JFrame and give one simple message to it into a double quotation. So that message will be able to see at the top of the window. Then set the size for that top level container. So I have set it as a 500 by 500. So once this first line is executed, that is JFrame, JFRM equal to new JFrame, it is going to define you one rectangular window complete with a title bar, close button, minimize, maximize, restore buttons and a system menu. Then after that we need to set the size for that rectangular window by calling this set size method, to which you need to pass the width and the height of the window. So after that, by default, when the top level window is closed, the window is removed from the screen, but the application is not terminated. It will be set in the background. So for that we need to call this set default close operation. So once you click on that close button, then the whole application has to terminate rather than just closing the window. So for that we need to pass this value as a jframe.exit on close. So apart from this, you can pass it to this set default close operation the values dispose on close, hide on close, do nothing on close. So here we have passed it as a exit on close, means the application has to terminate along with the window. Okay, next line is the next swing swing component which we have used is a JLabel. JLab is the name of the object, new JLabel, and what information you want to display in that rectangular window, that you have to pass it as a parameter to this constructor. So after that you need to add that component to the rectangular window. That's why it's a jfrm.add. Add is a method which is used to add the components to the rectangular window. So next one, the last statement in the swing demo is the constructor causes the window to become visible. So for that we have used this set visible window. So by default it will be hidden, that window you will not be able to see when you run this application. So if you want to visible this window, you need to set it as a set visible, the value as a true. By default it's a false. So then after we have written a main function in which we have created an object of a swing demo which causes the window and label to be displayed. But remember, so when this object swing demo is created, it need to be created on event dispatching thread rather than on a main thread of the application, because main cannot directly instantiate the swing demo object. Instead it must run the runnable object that executes on the event dispatching thread and have this object create the GUI. So to enable this GUI code to be created on the event dispatching thread, you must use one of the two methods which are defined in the swing utilities class. So one is a invoke letter, another is a invoke and wait. So invoke letter is the method which runs immediately after displaying the output, whereas invoke and wait method wait until the run function returns from it. So as you are executing this object on an event dispatching thread, you have to run its run method which are called by the event dispatching thread. So for that, this is a syntax. Now what we'll do, we'll save this program. Remember, while saving the program you have to give the same name whatever you have given it to the class. So the name of the file will be swingdemo.java. Next what you have to do, you have to compile this program by using the command javac dot swingdemo.java. Okay, if there are no errors in the program, it will show over here. Then you have to run it by using java swing demo. Just press enter. Now here whatever you are seeing, now this is your JFrame, a top level container for which you have given a size, it has a 500 by 500, and this is what you are going to see it. This is a label information. So swing means powerful GUI. So this is a message I have passed it while creation of the label, so that you will be able to see that too at the center. Now if you see here, I'll just reduce the size of the window from 500 to 250. It's a width, and 300 it's a height. Now once again we'll save it. So here this is what exactly, it's a title bar where you'll be able to see this a simple swing application which we have passed it to the frame. Then this is what the minimize, maximize and a close button. Now I'll just click on a close. So I have told exit or close, that's why it has exited. Now once again I'll run the same program. Now if you see, the size of the window has been reduced. Earlier it was 500 by 500, now it has 250 by 300. So this is how you can create the simple swing application. So I'm going to close it. I will go back to the okay, this is what a simple swing application. So next another application we are going to see it here, where we have using the two buttons, and the name of the button we have given it as a alpha and a beta, and our default message what we have displayed is press a button. So if you click on a alpha button, you will be able to get a message alpha was pressed. If you click on a beta button, then you will be getting a message beta was pressed. So we'll see the program of this Okay, now this is what the program. So then now here we have included 3 packages. First one is a java.awt because it's a event handling program in which the user is performing some action, that is clicking, so the action event will be generated, and so for that we require these 2 packages. One is a java.awt.star, another is a java.awt.event.star, and this is for Swing application. Again we have defined a class called as a event demo. Then we have taken our label, we have written a constructor. In the constructor, the very first statement is creation of a top level container, so it's a JFrame. Then we have set the layout for that as a flow layout. Then we have set the size 400 by 250. Then set default close operation as exit on close. Then we have taken here 2 buttons, say J button, JBTN alpha equal to new J button alpha. Now this is the name we have given it to the button. Next J button JBTN beta, it's the name of the object, equal to new J button beta. Now as these 2 buttons are going to generate the action event, so we have given this notification by calling this add action listener interface. J button alpha dot action add action listener, create object of that, which is going to have a one method called as action perform, which takes a one parameter of type class action event. Then J label dot set text. Now we can make use of a set text to display the message what you want to display in that label. Same for the beta also. So whichever the button is pressed, based on that the message will be displayed to you. If you click on alpha, you will be able to see alpha was pressed. If you click on beta, beta was pressed, like message will be displayed to you. So once this action listener part is over, you need to add these 3 components to the rectangular window. First one is a alpha button, next is the beta button, then the label. So the default message which we have set it for the label is a press a button, then add that label to the component, that is top level container, then make that rectangular window visible, then further part is the same. Here you need to call event demo. So now I will run this program, we'll see what exactly will be getting the output. event demo.java is the name of the file. Now once you run this one, see it here, it has created a window with the size specified as 400 by 250. So this is 400, this is 250. 2 buttons, these are the 2 buttons you'll be able to see, and this is the default label message, press the button. So it is asking you to press any of the button. Now suppose if I click on alpha, I will be clicking, you will be able to get a message alpha was pressed. Now if I click on beta, you will be getting a message beta was pressed. Like that you will be able to see the output of this event application class. Okay, this is what the another event handling Swing application. So now, like Swing application, we can go for creating the applet, Swing applet. As I told, there are 2 ways to create the Swing programs. One is a Swing application, another is a Swing applet. So when I say it's a Swing application, remember it includes a main method and the code you are going to write it in a main. Where when I say it's a Swing applet, remember Swing applet is nothing but it is going to make use of a applet class. So your class is going to Your class will be the subclass of a superclass called as a applet. So here we'll be using a JApplet, which is a top level container. Again, in the application we'll be using JFrame as a top level container. Here we'll be using, it's a JApplet. So which is derived from the applet class. So the JApplet includes all the functionality which are found in applet and adds support for the swing. Now JApplet is a top level swing container. Then this swing applets use the main 4 life cycle methods. One is the init, start, stop and destroy. Painting is accomplished differently in a swing rather than, so in AWT we make use of a paint method to display something on a window. Here we will be using some another approach. All interaction with components in a swing applet must take place on the event dispatching thread. Now we'll see this program. Now the same program which already we have run previously, that is taking 2 buttons and a 1 label alpha and beta. When you click on alpha, you will be able to get a message as alpha was pressed. If you click on beta, you will be getting a message beta was pressed. The same program here, but as it's an applet, remember you need to create one HTML file which will include this object code, or else you can include the applet also, applet code, then the name of this Java file. Then you have to specify the width and the height of the window. So this should be a one separate file having a extension .html. So you can say my swing applet.html, and this is what a Java program. Now if you see here, first line is a public class my swing applet extends JApplet now, and here you cannot go for writing any other method. So you should make use of init, then run, stop, destroy, like this methods. So in the init method, what we have done, whatever we have written in a main part, main function, the same thing we have included here. Swing utilities dot invoke and wait. There we used invoke letter. Here we have used invoke and wait, which need to call the run method. And in this run method, we are going to create our private method. And in that private method, we are going to create a top level container, that is applet window, and then what are the components need to be included to that window. So that is make GUI. It's a private function. So now if you see here, it's a private function. We have set the layout. Then we have given the names to the buttons as alpha and beta. Then we have performed the action listener. Action performed, alpha was pressed, then beta was pressed, everything like same. So here directly you have to make use of a add function. There we used jframe.add. So you are adding to the JFrame, which was a top level container. Here applet is a window, which is a top level container. So directly you can make use of a add function. Add j button alpha, add j button beta, new j label, press a button, then add that label to the window, run the program. You will be able to get the same program or a same output of the program. Here, so in my laptop, so that applet viewer is not installed, so I am unable to run this program, but I can run the swing application programs. You will be getting the same output over here. Okay, then we will go back to the next part. So now if you see, you will be able to get the applet window is like this. You will be having a applet. If you click on applet, you will be able to get so many options over there. Then alpha and a beta, 2 buttons, message, alpha was pressed. If you click on that, now whatever you will be able to see, this is what a status window. So if you click on that, you will be able to get the message. So next one, we are going to see in detail what are the components we can add it to the top level container. So the very first one which we are going to use is a JLabel, which already we have used in the previous 3 programs, JLabel. So it is a Swing's easiest to use component. It creates a label and can be used to display text or an icon. It is a passive component in that it does not respond to the user input. So this JLabel defines several constructors. First one is you can pass the icon, either you can pass the message or both, you can pass it along with the alignment. Here str and icon are the text and icon used for the label. Alignment argument specifies the horizontal alignment of the text and icon within the dimensions of the label. Then the value for this alignment should be either left, right, center, leading or trailing. So now the next one which we can use is an image icon. Icons are specified by objects of type icon, which is an interface defined by the Swing. The easiest way to obtain an icon is to use the image icon class. So which is going to have a constructor like this, image icon. So we need to pass the path where you have stored that image. That path we need to specify here in a double quotation. Then it obtains the image in the file. The icon and a text which is associated with the label can be obtained by using these 2 methods. One is a get icon, get text. If you want to get an icon, you can get it. If you want to get the message which is associated with that icon, you can get it by using get text. The icon and a text associated with a label can be set by using the method set icon set text, where here you need to specify again the icon, that is image, which may have an extension .jpg, gif, bmp like that, and a message which is included in a double quotation. Now by using these 2, we will see one another program. Now if you see, this is a image, sorry, okay, now this is a program, image demo. So it's an application I have created, as I am unable to run the applet window in my laptop. So I have created application itself. So first one is a top level container, which is an image icon. Then I have set the size as a 500 by 500. Set default close operation is again exit on close. Then here image icon is a class available in this javax.swing, which allow you to create the image icon, and the file which I am going to store here is a image.jpg. Then one label along with that. So the label I have given it as a India, you can change it. Then you will be able to display that image at the center of the window. Then add that label, make the window visible to everyone, and write the main method. Now I am going to run this program. Javac image demo.java. Okay, now see, this is what the image, which is a JPG file, and the label which I had given, it was India. So it has displayed you at the center of the window. Now suppose if I change this to welcome to HIT. Once again you need to compile it, run it. Now the message will be changed to welcome to HIT. Now here you can get some small images, you can include it. So this is what about the today's video. So further part we will see in the next video.